Okay, you should be recording. Go for it.
All right. Hello, hello. Welcome to our May 21st New Coach Camp Zoom. Today we are continuing on with our pursuing knowledge and learning about the different products that Beachbody offers. So today we're going to talk about the 3-day refresh. I'm kind of a frequent 3-day refresher. It's just something that works really well for me, so I thought this would be a good one for me to talk about. If you are on this call and you have done it, give me a hand raise if you've done the 3-day refresh. All right, cool. So just going to talk about just some of the tips that I give and just explain it a little better. And if you've never done it, this should be really helpful. And if you have, hopefully you'll get something out of this too. And then you can ask some questions at the end. So really what all it is, you know, they used to have the ultimate reset. They had that for a long time before I was even a coach. And then maybe 2.5, 3 years ago, they made up the 3-day refresh. This is just supposed to be a quick little cleanse and to help you kind of get back on track. Or I say, like, for people, I think it's really good for people who are just starting out to learn about nutrition. Or they're just starting out with you as their coach, or, you know, they've never done a Beachbody program. I think this is a great place for them to start. So a couple things, like people who who should do the refresh. Honestly, I think it's, besides people who are, obvious, like pregnant, or I would even say nursing women shouldn't do it, but that's just, kind of my opinion. But definitely, like, most people could probably be okay with this, and that's why I like it. It's for anyone who wants a fresh start with nutrition, anyone looking to lose weight and bloat fast. So you might have customers who are they have their wedding coming up, they're in a wedding, or they have a trip coming up, or they just got back from a vacation. This could be a really good way for them to kind of slim down quickly in a healthy way. And I always try to point that out to people. And anyone who's starting a new program. So if they're just signing up with you and they are going to, they are going to start the 21-day fix or something with you in your group. This is a great way for them to kind of hunker down and start eating healthy before the 21-day fix starts. So that's also a good time to do it, like right before a program, right before a new program starts, or if they're in between programs, because you're not really supposed to exercise a lot, so that's a good time. How often should people do it? That's kind of a personal decision. I would definitely not say more than once a month. Hey, Kara, could you mute me or mute your phone, because I'm echoing? I'm sorry. Okay, cool. That should work better. I don't want to, like, double hear myself. Okay, so we are talking about the 3-day refresh today. How often people should do it. Definitely not, I wouldn't suggest doing it more than once a month. I think, our goal should be to eat as healthy as possible, as much as we can. But I think, for me, I usually do it about once every 2 months or once every 3 months. And so I think that's kind of a realistic thing for me to do. But sometimes, like, I think I did it back-to-back months once, because I really just felt like I was getting out of control, and there was just so much life happening and stress and things, big events going on, and I needed to take control. Okay. So, but yeah, it's kind of up to people. I have it on a home direct by monthly, and if I don't use it, someone, will buy it from me, because people like the refresh. So, how to promote it. So this is something, I find it easy to promote this one, because because I do it often, and because I get really good results when I do it. And one good thing I've heard, a good suggestion I've heard about when you're promoting something, don't talk about what it is as much as you talk about what the benefits of it are. So for me, it's a guaranteed 3 to 5 pound weight loss every time I've ever done it. it helps me feel not bloated. Like I lose so much in my belly, and I feel 1,000 times better when I wake up on day 4. So those are like some of the benefits that I talk about. I always kind of talk about too, how it helps me take control. And I'm really good if you give me like a non-negotiable, like you are not allowed to have, you know, coffee or not, I don't do well with that really, but you know, wine or dairy and meat for 3 days. Like I do well with that. And so that's something that I talk about. I'm going to show you one of my posts if I can figure out how to share my screen, just so you can have an idea of what I do to kind of, you know, quote unquote advertise it or to share when I do the 3-day refresh. So I'm going to share my screen and try to, okay. So here's one of my, this is from like last fall, I think, but this is just an example. So I just put, you know, a quick little before and after. I'll usually put like why I decided to do it. Like one time I did it because I was studying for 1,000,000 CEUs and not getting any sleep and, you know, eating junk because I was, you know, pulling like almost all-nighters studying. I had to renew one of my certifications. And so, you know, that's why I did it that time. This time, I don't know, I didn't really talk about it there, but that's something that I usually like to point out, like why I'm doing it in the first place. And then I will just talk about the benefits. I talked about how I lost weight. I talked about a little bit about what it is, that you get to eat fruits, veggies, and healthy fats. I usually talk about how I'm not starving when I do it. Just, you know, just kind of sharing like what it is and what the benefits are. So like this post got a lot of traction. I think 3-day refresh posts typically do because they're kind of like, people, it kind of catches people off guard, like, you know, wow, that's pretty crazy for 3 days. So that's usually how I share mine. I will also share, okay, let me get out of this, stop the screen share. Okay. I will also usually share throughout the days of the 3 days, I will share like examples of my meals that I'm eating and, you know, even if I'm doing whatever workouts I'm doing, which are not much because you're not supposed to. So just sharing what I'm doing along throughout the process. And then I usually do a before and after picture on the last day. Okay, that's that. So now I'm going to go through what it is real quick, like really quick, so that you can see what it is. So I just have the book here. If you've done this, you've seen the book, but I like to tell people, I can't get this thing right. Okay. One of my tips is to tell them to write in exactly what you're going to eat. So it gives you like this little line here and it gives you a food list and then you just get to pick from the list. It's so super simple. And then it just tells you when upon waking, you're going to have this. And then an hour later, you're going to have Shakeology and then you're going to have tea and all that. So just go throughout the day. When they're planning, I have them write in exactly what they're doing, my messy writing, every day of the 3 days. So as far as planning goes, I like to do 3-day refresh groups when I can. It's good to give them some planning tips, which is usually just like meal prep. I'll give them tips like don't exercise hard, like, you know, make sure you do your shopping a few days in advance. Talk about, you know, ask them what their goals are for it, which everyone kind of has this similar goals when they do the refresh. But if you have a group of people, it's really nice for support because a lot of people just have questions if they've never done it before, and it's a good way to support each other. So I will give them tips in the group, and then I'll check in like 2 to 3 times a day. In the morning, I give them like a morning tip, and then just talk about just different aspects of it or things that I've experienced it from doing it myself. And then just we go through the group together. If I'm not doing a group, I will send them an email, and I'm actually going to post this email that I send to people who aren't doing a group. I'm going to post it in our team page, and I can tag you guys in it if you want me to. But otherwise, you'll see it. It'll be in the files section. And then I also have an Evernote that I use when I'm running an actual group with all of the posts and the graphics that go with the posts. And then I just kind of try to engage them and keep them going, remind them it's only 3 days, and you know, make sure you get a why from them, why they want to do it, and all of that, so that they have, you know, they have that to fall back on when it gets hard on, you know, in the middle of day 2 and they want to like eat everything inside. So pretty much what I do when I lead people through the 3-day refresh. If you can get a group of people, aw, thanks, Jen, you're sweet. If you can get a group of people to do it together, it's not that hard, because especially like summertime's coming up, you know, you can get some before and afters from coaches and do a Facebook blast or do an email and talk about how you're going to do a 3-day group and share people's results, and try to get a big group together to do it if you can. And if not, just do it one-on-one with people. Yes, Jen, it does help your business. It does help build volume. And it's something that people, like I said, I have mine on, and I have other people who do it every couple of months, customers of mine, and they love it because it's just awesome. I've never done anything that makes me feel good like that does. I'm sure if I did the ultimate reset, I would say that would make me feel good too. The 3-day refresh it's such an easy, like non-threatening way for me to just get back on track. So yes. Oh, auto ship. Jen wants me to talk about auto ship. So yeah, you can get the 3-day refresh on auto ship. There is a quarterly, maybe, I think mine's every other month, and I think you can even do monthly. I think you can do monthly. So you can get one every month. So that's a good auto ship option for people. And then of course they save on shipping. I think it's $4, I want to say, but it might be $2, but I think it's $4 for the 3-day refresh to get it on auto ship. So I would tell people if they like it to do that, because they're going to save money. Do you guys have questions on it or things I didn't answer? Oh, one more thing. That comes with a maintenance guide. So I always go through, I talk about this in the group too, how to keep up with it. It's pretty much 21-day fix. But another tip that I give people, which I think is really important, is this is big now because of all the people are really big into the food sensitivities and the food allergies. I tell people to add things back in slowly. So not like wake up on day 4 and eat, like sugary cereal. Like I tell people to add things in, and a lot of people, I did a big group once with Jessica and Tina that are on this page. And they, a lot of them were saying like, gosh, my yogurt doesn't taste good like it normally does. That's kind of changed. And so, maybe like you were eating things before and after you do something like this, you just don't really even crave those things anymore. So yeah, Jen, coffee creamer. I have not gone back to coffee creamer. I did the refresh in October of 2015. And I've been drinking my coffee black ever since then, which is like huge for me because I'm like the latte queen. So yeah. Do you guys have any questions for me?
I have a question.
Yes.
I feel like I should know the answer to this, but I don't. Does it save money for us as coaches if we auto ship it?
Just on shipping.
On shipping it does?
Yeah, because if you get it on auto ship, you'll get, just like on Shakeology, when you have it on auto ship, you could pay up to $15 for shipping on Shakeology, but if you do it on Home Direct, it's $2. So that's a huge savings. So something like this, I don't know exactly what the savings would be, but it would probably be similar.
But it's still 25% off.
Yeah, you still get the 25% off of it. You still get the coach discount.
Yeah, I just ordered one to do again.
Yay. Woohoo! Yeah. You could be in our group with me and Al and
Maybe do another one, Missy?
Well, Allison's doing that group,
Yeah.
Gluten, dairy free and all that. So the first 3 days is the refresh.
Okay.
So, I'll probably do it because it's awesome.
Maybe.
Jen thinks I'm nuts that I like to do
I
this.
hate it.
Hey, she's honest.
I'm grumpy when I'm on it.
That's funny. Coaches, do you have any other suggestions that you have from doing it? Or that your customers have said was helpful?
I would say what I like about it, like Missy, you had said that you're good when, I forget what word you used.
Non-negotiables?
Non-negotiable.
Yeah.
What I was really good with is it told me exactly what to eat and when. And
yes.
I like the when part. Like that was dummy proof to me.
Yes.
That's what I liked about it.
Yeah,
and
I like that too.
Meal plan and I hate to cook and like
yeah.
It was simple.
Yeah. And I think it helps with discipline in that regard, which is I think what a lot of people struggle with. They're like, I don't have any motivation. When really it comes down to having discipline. And that's something that that really gives you have to be disciplined to do it, and you have to be disciplined on when you eat. So, or else you get really off track and then you have to eat like lunch, snack, and dinner at the same time. So, which I have done before. Anyone else have any questions or questions about anything? Burning questions about the 3-day refresh? Questions on how to promote it, talk to people about it, who should be doing it? No? Okay.
Good call. Thank you, Missy.
Okay.
What I caught.
And then, yeah, thanks for recording. And I will post all of my notes and tips and all that good stuff for you guys if you, and I'll put some of my before and after pictures in there. And if you guys want to use them on your pages or whatever, you can use them. Feel free.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Have a good night. Go Cavs.
Yeah, bye-bye.